moving on with the slides.
So first, we will be talking about the structural design of the cell. Um, in the stack design, we have two PMFCs, the proton exchange membrane fuel cells. These two are stacked with 500 of parallel cells each in between them. So we use parallel configuration because it is preferred to reduce the degradation. Now, in the stack cells, the anode is hydrogen, where the hydrogen is split into protons and electrons. And the cathode is oxygen, which reacts with the protons and electrons to form the water. Then we also have an electrolyte membrane in between, which facilitates the ion transfer. As you can see in the video, the anode is the hydrogen part, and the cathode is the oxygen flow area. And in between we have the bipolar plates. The components, the components of this cell are membrane electrode assembly, which is also the heart of the fuel cell. It has proton exchange membrane. It has catalyst layer. Catalyst layer is where it facilitates the reaction, and it also has gas diffusion layer, which also like ensures that there is a even gas distribution throughout. Then there are bipolar plates. Bipolar plates is where the electrical conduction happens between the adjacent cells. And it also acts like the heat exchangers to assist in cooling. Then we have gaskets and seals. Gaskets and seals are used to prevent the hydrogen or the oxygen gas from leaking from the cell. Then we have the end plates and compressions, which provide a structural support to the cell, and it also ensures that there is a uniform pressure distribution throughout the cell. Then we have manifolds, which are used to guide the flow of hydrogen and oxygen and the coolants throughout the stack. Then this is a flow diagram of a real life example of how the fuel cells are like generated. The fuel cell power is generated and used. You can pause and look at it. Now, the effects of the double layer. Um, a charged double layer, it is basically formed at the electrode and the electrolyte interface, and it acts like a capacitor which stores the charge. In like load applications, the double layer can uh, can like have effects if the settling time it exceeds the control response time. More or less, like the double layer can be ignored for normal operations when the settling time is like in milliseconds, but when it is in seconds, it should be considered more like in cases of degradation, high polarizations, and large capacitance values.
All right. So now talking about the cell operation, we'll be mainly focusing on factors like voltage, operating condition, efficiency, and the important equations involved in this. So first, talking about the cell potential, which is the voltage. The theoretical voltage of a hydrogen fuel cell will be based on the Gibbs free energy, and for the reaction of H2 plus half O2 forms water. At standard condition, the potential is 1.23 volt. The actual voltage is affected by losses due to the reaction, kinetics, resistance, mass transport. And for the voltage of the entire stack, it will be the product of number of cells present into voltage of individual cell. And talking about the key equations involved, the equations are Nernst equation and the power output, which is P is equal to VI equation, and the energy efficiency, which is useful energy output by energy input from fuel. So with that, we have talked about how voltage is determined, operating conditions were present, efficiency, and the key equations involved. Now, talking about the Butler-Homer equation. So about the Butler-Homer equation, the key role of why we are choosing this equation for the design consideration is because it describes the reaction kinetics. The equation helps model the rate of electrochemical reaction at the electrodes, considering both the process of oxidation and reduction. And it also provides us the current voltage relationship. Along with that, it also accounts for the overpotential. Now followed by Nernst-Planck equation. The Nernst-Planck equation will also give us the model ion transport and help design electrodes and membranes. Also, ion flux and current distribution can be calculated. It also helps in finding out about how the electrolyte can perform. So moving on to the scalability now. Yes. So in the scalability, when we are going to consider scaling up this cell, the efficient gas distribution is going to be playing an important role. Along with that, the electrical connections and the uniform compression will also be a key role in betterment of the cell when it is being scaled up. First point is that bipolar plates. For efficient gas distribution and electrical connectivity, we will have to ensure that these plates, as mentioned during the components, is going to be in the proper consideration on that. And followed by that, the flow field geometry is also going to play another important role. It is going to ensure the even distribution of reactants and maintain voltage uniform across the stack. And now about thermal management, scaling impact heat generation, which requires effective thermal management. The temperature needs to be maintained around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius for optimal membrane hydration and efficiency.
Now, coming on to the applications, its applications are in like automotive fuel cell because of its compact design, its lightweight and high power density. In portable fuel cells, again because of the lightweight, and also because of its quick response time. And its another application is in stationary power fuel cells because of its high efficiency and its long lifespan, waste heat recovery, etc. So, thank you. That was our presentation on stack fuel cells.